So let's get into our final topic. Let's talk about Willam. So Willam revealed, well, she's on I guess she's out here doing a bunch of interviews because she has a new show called Willam's Darkroom Duel. So, which is basically like his stripper version of RuPaul's Drag Race. So, so she recently did an interview with Attitude and basically talked about um RuPaul while promoting the show because you can't do an interview with Willem without bringing up RuPaul and the shenanigans that she went through with the show, and the fact that she felt like she's been blacklisted because of she's been speaking out about World of Wonder and a lot of stuff that's been going on behind the scenes and critiquing a lot of the unjust situations that was going on behind the scenes regarding contestants not being treated fairly. So what she said, I kind of love that because everybody always calls me a villain. This is what she says at the beginning of our call when I tell her I want this interview to frame her as drag's anti-hero. She said, I wasn't even a villain on my season. I was nice to people. I let them borrow stuff. I was gregarious. Now she's fronting a new series on Outflix. Well, it's Out TV for me. Willam's Darkroom Duel is part talent show, part strip club, part chaotic queer congregation. It's also a full circle moment for a queen who may or may not know, or you may who wait, what? For a queen who many may not know made her name running LA's go-go scene. She said in 2002, I started booking strippers for Mickey's, the Abbey, and like 20 other clubs in SoCal, San Diego, Orange County, and Vegas. I did that till about 2015. This side hustle, she adds, played a key role in her now iconic drag race disqualification, a first in the franchise's history. Midway through the fourth series, all the way back to 2012, she was dramatically removed from the competition to live audience chants of, "What did Willam do?" In the reunion episode, she told RuPaul during their chat it was because her husband had visited her at the hotel during filming. However, she tells the reporter that wasn't the full story. One of the rules I broke was outside communication. I had a laptop with me. I was still running my go-go business while I was at Drag Race. They didn't know that till after. And the televised explanation, the conjugal visit, was me going along with it because I wanted to get on All Stars and drag you and all those things. The go-go business was eventually sold to two strippers, one of whom, Yoni, now judges alongside her on the show. She said, like 10 years later, and after 20 years of knowing each other, we get to the set and we're like, oh, this show's going to be magic. She adds, I get to look at strippers, I get to work with my friends, I get to look amazing. Now, it's a departure that from what Willam sees as the norm on mainstream drag TV. He said, not like judges on Drag Race, where it's like, oh, we share a publicist with Michelle, so you'll be a judge. It's people who know about stripping, know about being entertainers, and who've actually done it. And that's one of the things I've always admired about drag. Like when you do a show, I always feel like in some sort of way, you have to have some sort of connection or some sort of a tie to what it is that you do. And it's like, oh, you don't know about drag, but because you're best friends with RuPaul, we're going to give you a gig. So I actually think that that's a smart thing. That's like, yeah, you got people on the panel, and she does have people on the panel that have experience not only in the world of stripping and things, but also sex. I mean, I guess Raheem Shabazz definitely has that. So he's able to do what needs to be done in regards to that whole situation. But anyway, let me get back into the rest of the situation. So Willem doesn't shy away from the taboo around stripping either. She said everybody likes strippers. Everybody likes to look at beautiful naked people. And if you don't, what are you so afraid of? She adds, I think that me helping people get off or find where they can look at something that they want to have, that moment where they can tip them or follow them online or whatever, I'm here for it. Now, Will's refusal to filter herself for the sake of industry politics has brought both admiration and resistance, along with a refreshing reputation for saying it like it is. Indeed, she prefaces a minutes long rant about controversial Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Erica Jane, the contents of which should probably not be printed here for legal reasons, with I'm not comparing Erica Jane to Hitler, but it's the reason she believes she's been unofficially blacklisted from working with the production company behind Drag Race. She said, "There's only one group that won't work with me, and that's World of Wonder. And I think it says more about them than it does about me. It's in their best interest to keep their shining star safe and shining. And I am a liability to that because I'm a whistleblower and a truth teller. When shit is fucked on set, I will talk about it like I always did." Now, in a world of PR sheen and polished statements, Willam's candor has long set her apart, saying, "I don't follow the rules. I don't kowtow to them." For a lot of girls, RuPaul's Drag Race is the only opportunity and their biggest opportunity in the game. For me, it was a gig and I did what I wanted. I knew I wasn't going to go in and win, so I went in and fucked stuff up. And I know a lot of people always feel like, well, if you feel like you could do bad without the show, whatever the case is, why are you always talking about it? And I feel like, why not? I was a part of RuPaul's Drag Race and a part of history, meaning like I was the only contestant so far that has been disqualified from the show for breaking the rules. That's history. That's something to be known for. Good, bad, or indifferent, how you look at it. But for the most part, Willam is somebody who, and she's also been someone who's been a rebel rouser. I mean, I know some people look at that as a negative, but she fucks shit. She, like she said, she fucks stuff up and is willing to put things out there for the sake of, if it's going to help and be a, if I'm going to help be a voice for the voiceless, I'll be the one that's willing to lie on that sword while the rest of y'all be quiet and mum because y'all afraid that opportunities are going to be taken away from you if you speak out against the very machine that helped build, like, not build your career but boost your career further beyond you doing the local scene or being on the internet or whatever, however you got put on. So now, when asked whether she would ever return to the show that helped launch her global fame, she says with a laugh, "They'll never put me within spitting distance of RuPaul again. They don't trust me and they shouldn't. I wouldn't either." Her reputation for truth telling extends beyond the workroom, saying, "If I feel something about someone, I'm going to say it. I did it on Drag Race and I still do. Some of the girls get mad about me armchair quarterbacking their season of Drag Race, when in reality, it's like, girl, I'm just a pundit, just like any of these NFL guys or football guys in your country who recap the game, because this for us is sports." And I wish more people would actually look at it like that. It's like, yeah, when we look at RuPaul Drag Race, it is the Super Bowl of drag. It's basically like how y'all look at, how you straight men look at Super Bowl, and some of you, mass gays or whatever that are into sports, how y'all look at the Super Bowl is how we look at the situation as well. And we look at things in a way where it's like, yeah, why if I'm from that show, I can't speak on a show that I was a part of and give my opinion about it. She has every right to. She was a part of the show long before a lot of y'all were on it that critique her and get mad, or some of y'all that been y'all haven't been watching as long as she has. So they also asked about a recent clip that went viral, which Willem calls RuPaul a climate terrorist, in reference to reports that the drag icon's land in Wyoming has been leased for fracking, but she insists it was all tongue in cheek. And look, we already recently did a video on that where RuPaul had fracking videos in the background while he was doing a DJ set in Canada. She said the RuPaul fracking thing, that's a joke. It's not like she's out there digging wells. But we like to take the piss out of her because it's what we do. She is the highest person in our field, so naturally there will be people nipping at her heels. She pauses. Honestly, maybe it keeps her on her toes. Maybe it does. So now they also said then comes a metaphor if you could see coming. They used to ship fish to North America from Asia, and once they got here, they found the meat that was all fluffy and bad because the fish stopped moving around in their bins. So what the shippers did was put one catfish in with all the other fish, which kept the fish moving and going around. So maybe I'm RuPaul's catfish. I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? Elsewhere online, she admitted things can get messy. Willam, as you know, is no stranger to getting caught up in digital drama, and her name often appears on Reddit threads and drag discourses across social platforms, saying that I've been on Reddit for about 20 years. I watch a lot of ingrown pimple popping videos. Whenever I go there, I see the little sidebar of like things with my name, and I'm like, don't look there, don't look there, don't look there. But sometimes it gets the best of me. And If you're wondering if she regrets saying too much, she says no, she doesn't. She says, I like to live in the light. I'm not a liar unless someone gives me the wrong information and then I relay it. I try to like just keep it pumping and keep it 100. That doesn't mean she ignores criticism, saying some of the people have valid points. I do need to apologize and atone for some of the things I've done in the past. And I don't find that there's a time limit or expiration date for the offense I have caused. She also says that online honesty comes from the same place as her stage persona, unfiltered drag as a political and personal act. Saying, I like to be that surprising drag queen and I like to carry on the tradition of like Sylvester and Divine. And they also asked her what she'd change if she can go back in time. And then said, my hair from 2008 to 2012, she said, I was chained to a flat iron. So, um, also, she also goes and says it's important for her to tell the truth and be booked. So if you're gonna kill my career, if my career is gonna take a hit because I have to lie, or if I have to tell the truth, then so be it. I'll do what I need to do. And also mention that she has a new show coming. I mean, a new show that she's doing called Mr. Act in North America with Latrice Royale. So they're playing two nuns. So they're doing a drag version of that called Mr. Act, which is actually kind of funny. And so after everything, the disqualification, the online feuds, the stunts, the boycotts, what's more important, getting booked or telling the truth? She said it's more important for me to tell the truth than to be booked or for something. If someone doesn't want to give it to me because of me telling the truth in the past, I don't really need to work with them. It wasn't meant to be. So let me do it on my own terms. And that's how I feel about that, is that I'm not gonna go and kiss your ass and do what I need to do just so that way I can get a booking. It's like if and then I always look at things like if it doesn't happen for me, then it's just not meant for me to have that. If it's meant for me to have it, then I'll have it. She's also keen to set the record straight about her reputation, saying a lot of people believe the rumors about me that I can be difficult or I'm an a-hole or something like that. But it's been almost 14 years since I was on Drag Race and I'm still working. And I wouldn't be working if I wasn't as toxic as everyone would like you to believe. And so yeah, she has the show Willam's Darkroom Duel, a thriving podcast network, Mom, as you know, which was co-founded with Alaska, and saying like, you know what, the DIY route that works for her, saying that all of my dreams have come true. I've been nominated for 2 Emmys for East Siders. I've been in an Oscar winning movie, A Star is Born. I've had a #1 album. I've had a best selling book. Which I have, by the way. I run my own company. I already have my retirement plan set up with a retirement home in Palm Springs. It's got 5 bedrooms, a stripper pole, and a hot tub. People can rent it out on Airbnb. My only rule is don't OD. And if there's a secret of surviving cancellation, she said she's found it. I think I'm at like 17 or 19, but as long as I keep my cancellation at an odd number, I think I'm good. So if you're interested in checking out Willam's Darkroom Duel, which I actually watched yesterday, well, I actually watched it this morning because after I read the article, I'm like, wait a minute, this show's out. So I went over to Out TV, watched the episodes, and I made a joke. I was like, this shit better not be 22 damn minutes, and it's 22 minutes long. But it's literally Willam, 4 judges, one of them is Meatball, who I love, who is a drag queen out in LA and does a show with Big Dipper. They have a podcast together. And so it's 4 judges. One of them is actually one of the judges that I mentioned earlier that Willem sold her stripper situation to. So you get 2 go-go dancers. They come out, they answer a series of questions, they do a mini challenge. The mini challenge they basically had to do was kind of like impress the judges with their dancing and all the other stuff. And then the main challenge was they had to do had to do a little strip tease with like neon glow in the dark, some of that sort of thing. So they did a cute little thing. The bodies was bodying, and then they kind of go up against each other, and then what it is that the judges give their critique. They give a score from 1 to 10. Whoever scores the highest actually moves on to the next round. So I think they're gonna go through all the different people, and then they're gonna have them in the semifinals, and then they'll go head to head, and then they'll come to the finale. So I'm like, it's actually a pretty good idea because I was like, I thought it was gonna be kind of like RuPaul's Drag Race with like a plethora of different dancers, and they will all do a challenge, and then you get person eliminated week to week. But I actually like the whole duel thing where it's like two strippers go head to head, two men in, a one man leaves, and then the other one goes to the semifinals, and then there's like you find out who your stripper is. I mean the person. So the winner, they actually win money. Oh, first of all, also the person who loses, they don't lose money. They actually walk away with $2,000. It's something, right? Um, and they walk away with a cash prize. They walk away with a bunch of other stuff. I can't remember what the full prize was, but if you have Out TV, definitely check it out. Daddy TV produces it, which they produce a lot of stuff like For the Love of Dilps and all the other stuff. Go for the Gold. I was like looking for something to counter that because at one point we had Go for the Gold. It was an okay show, but it was trying too hard to be like RuPaul's Drag Race, and it didn't have its own individuality with that. And I definitely think that we need a stripper go-go dancer gay competition series, which some of y'all probably know this, but it has been an idea that I've had in my head that I've written down, that I've discussed with people for years. And I still want to work on getting that out there. So, and I do believe it will happen, but I'm loving what Willam's doing. I love this dildo top she has. I mean, this penis top that she has on. It's a silly show. It's not something to be taken seriously. It's a fun little show. If you get a chance, you get to see a lot of booty. You get to see some dingaling of here and there. Um, I was wondering how they was gonna make that work. And how would you? Well, I guess without TV, you could be a little more edgier. If you're gonna do a go-go dancer show, you can't be all prim and proper and Disney-fied like RuPaul's Drag Race is with drag. You have to be a little more unapologetic in your face with the sex, because it do take sexual, like being sexual and being sexy and embodying those traits when you're up there dancing for money. Dancing for money. Do what you want me to do. He's a private dancer, bitch. So I'll say all that to say, what do you guys think of this story in regards of all the stuff we brought up about Willam? And have you seen Willam's Dark Room Duel? I don't even think it's been promoted to the point where people even know about it. So I'm letting y'all know now. I'm gonna cut this up and probably and post it online so that way people be aware of the show. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.